On September 4th, 2024, James White descended from the heavens and gave us Rewriting the Book. Published just before the game's 5th anniversary, this article reflected on and updated Flesh and Blood's design principles and provided great insight into how the game's creator feels about it. Oh, and it also gave us one of the biggest ban lists in the game's history. Yep, this article was later renamed Banned and Restricted Announcement, though you're probably more familiar with its community-given name, Book Burning. The announcement banned Art of War, Bonds of Ancestry, Cashin, Orihon of Mystic Tenets, Tome of Aetherwind, Tome of Divinity, Tome of Findal, and Tome of Firebrand in Blitz and CC, and restricted Bonds of Ancestry in Living Legend. Now, for me, this BNR announcement was a huge deal, not because I played these heroes, but because Monkey Brain likes getting new tome cards and likes card draw. So, in today's video, I will be fixing these tomes as someone with zero game design experience, with Cashin thrown in for good measure. Starting off, there is Tome of Firebrand is a 1-cost red Draconic instant that reads, play Tome of Firebrand only if you control 4 or more Draconic chain links. Draw 2 cards. This card gets a very small section in the BNR announcement, mainly because it wasn't a problem in the past, but had a potential to become one. While it was legal, neither Fi nor Dromai actively played this card, and I very much doubt that Fang or Syndra would either. As such, I don't see a reason to change the core of the card. It's an instant, so it can't block, it costs 1, and Draconic decks are red heavy, it has a hard play condition, and unlike some other tomes, it only ever draws 2 cards. I believe giving this card the legendary keyword would fix any potential abuse Tome of Firebrand could have. By restricting it to 1 copy per deck, you hit the ability to find and play the card consistently, and ensure that players cannot play multiple copies in the same turn, because, they can only play the 1. I doubt this card would see any play, but I'd be more than happy to get a tome back.
Maybe send me an angel. The nicest angel you have.
Tome of Divinity is a 4-cost yellow light instant with draw 2 cards. If a card has been put into your hero's soul this turn, instead draw 3 cards. Tome of Divinity is similar to Tome of Aetherwind in that it was primarily banned for its potential to be abused by playing multiple copies in the same turn. Barring that, the devs feel it is a pretty well-designed card that has reasonable hoops and downsides built in. As such, giving it the legendary keyword feels sufficient to curb that potential while still keeping the crux of the card intact. Now, I know what you're going to say, but I'm not going to be giving every tome this treatment. Tome of Firebrand and Tome of Divinity are unique in that they are not inherently broken, but have the possibility to be under the right circumstance. So going forward, none of the fixed tomes will be getting the legendary keyword added onto them.
It's blank. What?
Orihon of Mystic Tenets is a 4-cost blue Mystic instant with legendary and draw 2 cards. If a Chi was pitched to play this, instead draw 3 cards. On the surface, Orihon is not particularly broken. It's similar to Tome of Divinity in that it costs 4 and draws 2 cards or 3 if a specific condition is achieved. It even has legendary. But you can basically ignore every downside Orihon has when you consider that the Mystic talent has access to busted ass equipment. Traverse the Universe ensures that Orihon is online whenever you find it, and 12-Petal Kasaya and Findal Spring Tunic allow you to ignore that 4th resource needed to play the card. All of this results in a free draw 3, and while it is limited to once per game, that's still pretty good. The fix for this is pretty simple. Apart from punting Traverse the Universe directly into the sun, the fixed version of Orihon takes inspiration from Cosmic Awakening, one of my favorite cards, and now reads, Legendary. Draw X cards where X is 1 plus the Chi pitched to play this. This fix completely alleviates the issue caused by Kasaya and Tunic by requiring you to pitch 2 Chis to get the quote-unquote full effect of the card, and also avoids problems caused by Traverse, as pitching 1 Chi now only draws you 2 cards. Plus, I like Cosmic Awakening, and I think LSS should print more effects like it. While the quest needed to draw 3 cards has become a lot harder under the fixed version, given how strong all 3 Mystic heroes are, they kinda deserve it.
Your little brother is going Goblin Mode? What is Goblin Mode?
Tome of Findal is a 1-cost yellow generic action that defends for 2 and reads, draw 2 cards. If Tome of Findal is played from Arsenal, gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Tome of Findal's ultimate issue is that it really only sees play in heroes that can bypass its downside, that being no go again. Heroes such as Kano, Dash.io, and Acilio who play actions as instants or generate multiple action points don't face the restrictions the card imposes, while every other hero struggles to use the card efficiently. Additionally, being a generic card, Tome of Final would see play in every hero printed in the future that could bypass that restriction. And finally, I feel the card no longer represents the Fyendal theme very well. Cards such as Fyendal's Fighting Spirit, Sigil of Fyendal, and Heart of Fyendal primarily gain you life, while Tome of Fyendal primarily draws cards, with the life gain being a secondary effect with a very narrow condition. The fixed version of Tome now costs 2 and has, if this was played from Arsenal, draw 2 cards. Gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Go again. The fixed version switches the unconditional effect to be life gain, while the conditional effect is the draw effect. And drawing cards now requires a full turn of setup while also preventing multiple copies from being played in the same turn. Go again is mainly there to facilitate playability in a wide variety of heroes, but I can see the cost being further increased or Go again being removed entirely to limit the power level of the card.
Casting spells.
Tome of Aetherwind is a 0-cost red wizard action that defends for 2 and reads choose 2. You may choose the same mode more than once. The next card you play this turn with an effect that deals arcane damage instead deals that much arcane damage plus 1. Draw a card. Tome of Aetherwind faces the same issues as Tome of Fyendal in that the lack of Go Again means that only wizards that can cheat on action points will play it. Also, the pseudo-amp first mode was basically never picked, and the card was just always used to draw 2 cards. All of this resulted in the card being a 3 of staple in Kano and unplayable in Icelander, and while the card was banned before Rosetta released, we likely would have seen a similar split between Acilio and Verdance. To fix Tome of Aetherwind, we can look to its spiritual replacement, Kindle, which is a 0-cost red wizard instant that reads Amp 1. If you have no cards in hand, draw a card. Kindle avoids a lot of the issues of Tome of Aetherwind. By being an instant, it's not limited to wizards who can bypass that action point restriction, and by having a narrow draw condition, Kano no longer has access to a free draw 2. Taking inspiration from Kindle, the fixed Tome of Aetherwind reads, choose 1, Amp 1, draw a card, go again. The fixed Tome of Aetherwind essentially acts as an action version of Kindle. You can now block with it at the cost of not getting both effects that Kindle offers. Additionally, the fixed tome naturally having Go Again opens up its playability to other wizards, and only allowing you to draw 1 card ensures it can't be abused like the original Tome of Aetherwind was.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Cashin is a 4-cost yellow action that defends for 2 and has you may destroy 4 coppers, 2 silvers, or 1 gold you control rather than pay Cashin's resource cost. Draw 2 cards, go again. Cashin has a very unique and interesting history. It was originally printed in Crucible of War, which also gave us a bunch of cards that generated or cared about copper. Later in Everfest, we were introduced to silver, and similarly related cards that cared about silver. Then, Dynasty, which cemented silver as Contract Assassin's currency of choice, gave us the first ever gold generator in Crown of Dominion. At this point, the card wasn't very strong. Limited ways to generate currency, especially gold, ensured that the card would only see fringe playability. That all changed with heavy hitters, which introduced gold as a core mechanic. Now, we had several cards that could generate gold, and Cashin became a free draw 2. For this exact reason, Cashin had to go. More sets will be printed with gold as a core mechanic, such as the recently released High Seas, and heroes having access to a free draw 2 is quite problematic. But the fix for this is relatively simple, as we can just remove the gold part of the card. This does lead to the card being less flavorful, but I'm sure some flavor text about how gold is dangerous to carry now that Cinder and Fang are on the hunt, or gold being related to Gravy Bones' curse will alleviate that issue. I just really like the card and would like to see it come back in one form or another. And that's it. That's all the tomes and Cashin fixed so that they can come back. Please tell me in the comments below how busted or underpowered some of these cards are and how I've ruined your favorite tome. And finally, what have we learned from today? Nothing. Thanks for watching.